Well, welcome, everybody. We'd like to introduce another image. This one is a Windows 10 image, and this one is a level 2, meaning it's just basically just what you wouldn't get quite. This wouldn't be as hard as a basic CyberCamp basic, but it is it's a little bit after another introductory image that we're going to be offering for anybody that wants to just get into it and learn a little more of the user settings and how to do that. So this one's a little bit harder, has a little bit more. It's about 21 different vulnerabilities. It's including 3 forensic questions. So I'm going to go ahead and just do the solution for you, so you can see there's nothing very hard about this one, but it is it does get you a little bit more. Hopefully get you a little bit more used to doing a checklist and some of the different utilities that you'd be using in doing Cyber Patriot and all that stuff. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and try this. So this is using the AUKUS scoring engine, which we've been enjoying a lot and creating. So here we go. So first thing, obviously, in the checklist you want to do is open the README. So go ahead and open it up here. Try that again. So I'm going to say not now for that update, but obviously we probably want to do an update. So this is Windows 1909, which is basically what you are going to be using lately in Cyber Patriot 14 series competition images. And I'll just kind of let you run through this here. There are some where there's administrators, there are users. There's a few users, open up this notepad. Okay, this is asking which body part cell envisions Mind Stone. You can kind of see here's the Mind Stone section. Oh, it says forearm. I guess forehead is the answer for that one. We'll get to that in a second. So let me go ahead and open the scoring report. So I have that. So there are 21 issues. So we have starting with 0 right now. So we're going to go ahead and just start answering these. So you can kind of see with the image here. There's that stone. That's the Mind Stone he has in his forehead. And I'm going to go ahead and answer it. Save it. And let me go ahead. Got it, that one. And we're going to do our question number 2. Two is, what is the shortcut for the run command dialog? So, and they want like Alt B. It's actually Window R. So when you hold down the window and then the R, there's your run dialog here. So that's the Window R. That's what they're looking for. So we're going to say Window R or Win R. So Win plus R. And let's save that. And let me pause for a second. Okay, so that's Window R. You saw that. And we got points for it already. So if we look at the points, let me go ahead and refresh. And we got 2 out of 21. Question 2 is correct. And let's go ahead and open forensic question number 3. And this is, what is the command line to display the owning process ID? So if you're not sure about it, so it's a netstat command. So I'm going to go ahead and we just type in CMD here, and I'm going to run as administrator. And if I say netstat, just do -- help to see what happens. So they're asking about the owning process. So it's the -O command, displays the owning process ID associated with each connection. So that's what we're looking for. So we're going to say, so it's the netstat -O. And we're going to save that. And we should get points for that one. All righty. So let's keep on going. The next thing in here we usually like doing in the next thing we want to do is look at users. So I'm going to go ahead and go to what's known as the local user manager.msc. You can also get to it by going to the control panel. And under control panel, you go to admin tools, and you want, let's see, where is it? I think it's management. No, it's not management. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. It is. So it's under local users and groups. And you can also get there also by typing in local user manager.msc. So I'm just going to do that. So you can see that other option. And we want to disable the guest account. So if we look at all of our users, you can see our default accounts are disabled. See, anything with a down arrow has already been disabled. So this is disabled. The default accounts disabled. Administrators disabled. So if you look at those, you can see it's disabled already. So we're going to go ahead and double click on guest account and say account disabled, and then OK. And then if you remembered, if you look at under your README, Thanos is not one of the users, so we need to remove or disable Thanos. So we're going to disable him. Okay. All righty. So that's another way of doing that one. Loki is another one. You know, Loki is Thor's brother. We're going to go ahead but he's not authorized, so we need to disable him. All right. Now, also reading the README, you'll see that there's a new user we need to add. So we need to create a new standard user called T'Challa. And notice there's actually a quote mark in there, so don't forget that. That's the Black Panther. So we need to create him. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and right click. I'm going to say new user, and I'm going to say T'Challa. Put the same thing for all of them. Oops, this is Black Panther. Oops. And we put a password. And we're going to go ahead and create him. And close. So you can see he's in there now. Black Panther. We should get points for that one as well. And we're going to be looking at the administrators group. See who will go there next. So we got Thor, we got M. Hill, we got Jerry. Looks like Thanos is the only one that needs to be removed. So we click on him and click on remove. And we see OK. So now we should have only the authorized administrators in there. We should get some points for that. So that's some other points you can get. All right, we're done with the users and groups at this point. Now let's take a look at our scoring report. So we have 8 out of 21. So we have our forensic questions are correct. We got disabled our guest account. We took care of our users. Thanos has been deleted or disabled. Loki's been deleted or disabled, and we create our new user. And we also have the proper users and administrators group. So we are rolling along. Okay, so there's one thing that's happening on this, on the updates. So you have to get into the group policy editor to fix it, and that's gpedit.msc. And I'm going to go ahead and open this window a little bit more. I usually like clicking on the admin templates and go to all settings, and then I'll go to state, and I'll just click on this so that it rides to the top. So configure automatic updates has been disabled on us, and so we'll need to enable that. If you read this on the instructions, it will tell you some of the options that are available and what they do. I'm not going to read it to you, but we need to enable this and say okay, and we are done with gpedit. So now that's going to allow us to do updates. Another thing that we need to work on is, I think I still have the control panel, do I not? Yeah, I think I do. So one of the things we need to work on is getting our programs and features. And if you remember from the README, so if I go back to the README here, it talks about certain things that we need to clean up. We need to clean some things up here. So so like we can't have Internet Explorer and we can't have Google Chrome. So I'm going to go ahead but we also have a couple things. We have CCleaner in here, which is unauthorized. We also have Google Chrome. So we're going to do CCleaner first. And I'm going to click on uninstall. Yeah, we should get points for that one. And the next one, the Google Chrome, you're going to watch out. You got to watch out because it's going to have another box here, and I'll have to close down a bunch of windows. You'll see in a second. So I'll click on Google Chrome, uninstall, say yes, and there's going to be a box behind. You can't see it here, so I usually have to close down these boxes unless you're away. So here it is, uninstall. So I click on uninstall. So it's going to go through its process of uninstalling, and we're going to say, okay, we're good. Saying while we're uninstalling, are we unhappy? Want to change your mind? Okay, so that's the couple of things that's been installed we need to get rid of. Some of the other features, if you remember, talked about Internet Explorer 11. So we need to uncheck this option. So this says turning off might cause problems. We're going to say that's fine. Also, IIS, Internet Information Services, we want to check on this one. Usually it's the big no-no. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll click on those both so they're clear and hit OK. That's going to take care of both the FTP server and the Internet Explorer 11. And I'm not going to reboot it. I'm just going to say don't restart. All right. So there's a couple of things we could do here. Admin tools. We're going to have to work on I believe our password age policies and our length and lockout stuff. So that should be found under think about this here. Local security policy. Here we go. That's where I want to go. You can also get here if another way of doing it. Here, let me show you another way. So you can go that way, or you can actually go typing in secpol.msc. That's another way of popping that up really quick. If you know a lot of these commands like this, MSC commands, you can get to them a lot quicker. So, because sometimes they can be disabled, especially on more advanced images. You may not be able to find it on the shortcuts here. They may take the shortcut off. Yeah. So knowing the MSC is very valuable. So we're going to go to the password policy here. And let's see. Okay, so password policy usually on this one is, let me think about this here. So I think we want minimum password length, usually 10 characters. And minimum password age is 10 as well for 10 days. And maximum password age usually is 90 days. And password history, we usually keep about the last 10 passwords, and usually want to say meet flex requirements. You want to say enable for that, and you want to make sure the reverse encryption is disabled. So it's usually going to be something like this. Account lockout policy. The recommendation here is usually account lockout threshold. This one is usually done first. So if you put 5, it's usually what CyberPatriot recommends. You say OK. At 30 minutes, usually pops up. Just say OK at this point, and you should be good here. Good to go. There are some commands you can do in the administrator command prompt you can use, which I'll leave for another session. But there are some commands you can do that do pretty much most of these, and you can script it, which I would recommend learning how to do that. So anyway, so let's see what we have for our scoring report. So let's see. Let me go ahead and refresh this just to make sure we get 16. Let's keep saying download update. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, sure, go ahead and do that. We're at 95 out of 100 points, so we're actually doing pretty good. Let's see what would be next. So we disabled FTP server. We disabled the Internet Explorer feature because it talked about the features in the README. So, okay, well, it talks about the Internet Explorer and talks about Chrome. So some of those are features. So one of the things you may want to also do is obviously we need to add in Scott. Scott Lang as Ant-Man. But it's not, I think, or is he already added? I don't remember. So you might have to add him. That's not a scored item. It's also system administrator is not a scored item. But anyway, some things are in here, but not necessarily scored, just so you know. All right, so let's go ahead and do an update on this. Usually the update is you click on the 3 little horizontal bars there, and you go down to help, and you go to about Firefox, and you're going to say, looks like we're at version 80.0. We're going to say, go ahead and restart to update Firefox. And I'm going to say, not now. Don't get out of that. Let's just see if we get any points for that. We should get some points for updating. So another, so I think we're done with the security policies, account policy. So we're going to get out of that. Another thing we will want to do is okay. I think we want to go admin tools again. Is services. So if you're curious what we got the points for, let me go ahead and refresh it. So Firefox has been updated. That's the last one we just did. So there's a couple servers. I think one service that pops up on this that you need to disable. That's under Microsoft FTP service. So usually looking for anything that's a service like an FTP, especially FTP, you want to make sure those are turned on. Not just well, we need to say stop it first, wait until it finishes, and then change the automatic to disabled. So you usually want to make sure you stop it and disable it. So just don't do one, make sure you do both options. So we should be good on that one. That should be all of our services. All right. Another good one is Firewall. So Firewall is usually another good one. So as long as there's no group policy edits on this, you should just be able to click on use recommend settings. You should be able to get it. If that doesn't work for you, then it's probably a group policy edit that you'd have to go in and let's see what much we've done. So we got 19 out of 21. We've got almost everyone done. Let's see what's left. All righty. So the last two, let's see, they're the easy ones. So they are, you gotta look for bad files. So we're gonna be looking for MP3 files. One way of doing that is you can do a dir command. And these are all going to be usually in the users directories. And I'm going to say star.mp3 here. I'm going to do a /s, meaning do a recursive, look recursively in all the subdirectories as well. And you see it's under users public music. So there's two of them. So we're going to do it the easy way. I am going to click on the File Explorer, or you can do a window E. So you can click on the File Explorer down here, or window E. So window E brings this up, and public music's already here. So I'm just going to click on that, and I'm going to select those and hit the delete key. That should put it into the trash. So that put in the trash. Let's go ahead and with that, we've got all 100 points. We've got 21 out of 21. So I hope you do well with this. If try it out, try it out on your own. Like I said, there's some things that are not scored. There are things that are scored. You may find something that is a vulnerability that we did not add as a scored item, but that's you'll see that from time to time in the competition images where they will not score it. So I hope you good luck. I hope you like this, and thumbs up. Let me know if you like it. Again, this is should be one of the easy images. This is a level 2 image. So with that, let me go ahead and minimize everything. So this is our Infinity War. So enjoy. Thank you very much.